I see us. I see us. We are live. We are live in the group. So, good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6- and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission. That mission includes you, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. Oh, look at all this blue, y'all. Y'all know blue is my favorite color. I put my hand up and I just, okay. Anyway, I'll spare you the 5-year journey and just let you know that right now, currently, I'm living my best life and working my best business in Mexico. Okay, let's get to it because we have 2 things to talk about today. Two things. Okay, Blog Talk actually didn't happen yet this morning. I got wrapped up in trying to get this contest numbers and still didn't complete the count. But we'll do Blog Talk later. Y'all come first anyway. So we were just going to try to be on time for this morning show. All right. Now, what we've been talking about all week is mitigating risk with your small business in 2024. Okay. Mitigating risk with your small business in 2024. Most entrepreneurs, when you hear risk, you think financial, you might even think compliance or legal, but it goes so much deeper than that for us small business owners, because anything can get us off track, and anything off track can help us to not make money, right? Or prevent us from making money. And what we know is without the money coming in, that could be devastating for us entrepreneurs and small business owners. And so we have to watch some things that the big businesses don't have to watch, right? All right. So Monday, we talked about, does your offer lack market fit? Okay. Does your offer lack market fit? In other words, does it fit into the market you're trying to break into? Will it make money? Right. And so we talked about that is a risk, and we talked about how to avoid that risk. So if you would like to know more about that, go to Tuesday's replay. I said Monday, I meant Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. All right. Wednesday, which was yesterday, got my week all jacked up. We talked about you need to avoid going wide and instead go deep. Okay. And we're talking about niching, and we're talking about your ideal avatar. Okay. What we're talking about, wide is you trying to create an offer for way too many people, right? Instead of going deep and creating an offer for a single avatar, which allows you to serve them excellently. So we talked about why you should avoid that. And we talked about how to not do that. How do you go deeper, right? I know y'all like, I kind of understand that concept, but what do you mean? Give me more. No problem. Catch yesterday's replay. All right. Now, today we're going to talk about 2 more things that you need to be mitigating as risk. Okay. The first one is changing climates. Okay. And this is a tough one because this is something you can't avoid and you can't control. Sorry. Like this pandemic. How could you control that? How could you have predicted that, right? The recession, you can't control it. You can't predict it. Even when iOS came out with their new blocking system, and I think Android is now about to come out with theirs. So it's about to change again, y'all, right? We have no control over any of this stuff, right? So these are unexpected external factors. You have no control, but how do you mitigate the risk that it brings to your business? Well, you got to come up with some contingency plans. Okay. You got to come up with some contingency plans. This is why, and again, the ladies who took the organic marketing workshop, you know better than most because we discussed it. But this is why the marketing climate is self-correcting from all of these quick money things that used to work, run a Facebook ad and make a bunch of money and all that kind of stuff. All of that is self-correcting, in the words of Casey Brown, and going back to traditional marketing, right? So you mitigate what was giving you a fast return by knowing how to go back to the traditional thing that gave a slow burn, but worked, right? So that's one of the things that you're going to do. But you need contingency plans. Now, let's talk about some other contingency plans, okay? Do y'all have a business continuity plan? Do you even know what that is, right? A business continuity plan. Most of us are our business, right? I actually just had to update mine because with this new membership, there are automatic payments coming out, right? Well, it's God forbid something were to happen to me. I'm quite sure if I can't serve y'all, y'all don't want them payments coming out. Like y'all gonna be sending me all the sorrows, prayers, but you don't want your money coming out and I can't serve you, right? So my business continuity plan is there is somebody who is earmarked to come into my system and stop all automated payments if anything were to happen to me. That's a part of my continuity plan. And I had to update that with this new membership that's automatically drafting from y'all's account, right? So your business continuity plan, this is some things that you can do, okay? Identify critical business functions and determine which aspects of your business are essential for operations and revenue generation, okay? You need to know what that is. Because if you have effectively built a business that could possibly run without you, you need to know how to turn over the reins, right? Okay. Some of us have a bunch of passive income going. Well, we need to know, the person that you earmark needs to know where that money is coming from, how to get that money, right? Because that's not money that needs to stop, right? So when I finish putting all of these workshops and putting them evergreen and put them out there and people are buying them, I need my daughter to get that money, her and her brothers, okay? So another thing you need to do, establish remote work protocols, okay? You need to develop a plan to enable yourself to work from anywhere. What if something happens to your house? God forbid. We're not calling in bad stuff. We rebuke that, right? But fires that take people's everything happen every day, right? So how do you work from anywhere? Some of y'all need to come up off of that computer's hard drive and get into a cloud storage so that even if you had to work from somebody else's computer for a little while, you can get to all your stuff, okay? I need you to think about that. Secure data information, implement data backups, okay? Cybersecurity measures to protect your business's critical data, right? So I have a process where, when you download stuff, it first goes to your computer. Well, once a week, I get that stuff off of my computer and put it in the cloud, okay? If you are not backing up your computer, you need to back up your computer. Now, I am not the genius behind backing up the computer. I'm actually the one that lost all her shit because she didn't back it up. And when she tried to back it up to an external hard drive, the external hard drive failed. So I lost all my stuff, right? That's why I've been in cloud storage ever since. So if you do have, you just need backups to your backups, put it like that, okay? Develop communication protocols, right? You need to create a communication plan to keep your team, if you have a team, but to talk to your customers, okay? And any other stakeholders. You don't want to disrupt communication. Y'all have seen my communication protocols, right? shaycannon.com/hours, HOURS. You can see mine. They need to be updated for 2024, but my clients know where to look for what communication where, right? So some of you work on a project basis, but you don't have a project management system. So where does your client go to find all of their stuff or access all of their stuff, right? I'm about to create for the membership and for all of my programs, I'm about to create a landing page that is just for each program. So you can go in one place and find all of your stuff and access it, right? You can click here and go to the Slack channel. You can click here and go to your vault. You can click here and that's the Zoom link. You can click here. You see what I'm saying? How do your people know how to access their stuff with or without you? All right. Now, diversification of strategy. We've kind of talked about this before, right? But that is a part of a continuity plan, right? High ticket is not working so much right now. So how are you diversifying your offer to be good for the same person though, the same avatar? Okay, so you want to go through your products and services, go through, y'all know that over the break that I did an index of all of my blog posts, all of them. Now, the only thing I didn't get a chance to do, like I have them in different categories, because I've been doing blogs since 2016. Okay, I have a lot of blogs. Now, I might not have been doing them every week like I do now, but I have a lot of them. So I index them. I have all the ones that were not in the current format. Y'all know I do an introductory paragraph and I give 4 elements so we can talk about it 4 days a week, right? Well, I have the ones that don't have that format. Then I have the ones from when I was in Buenos Aires and I used to do the tea in the morning, right? And so now I have the ones that have a tea attached to them. So now I can go back in and put the link to the video of the tea. Then I have the ones that's been this version, right? Where we have blog talk and we have the morning show. Because see, when we first started with the T, the more information was on Clubhouse. It wasn't on Facebook, right? So that's why I separated that out. But do you know, I now have so much stuff in there, I can easily put the titles of all of that stuff into ChatGPT and tell it to create courses. Did y'all know that? So if you are putting out content and you index your content, you can put all of that in ChatGPT, not the body of the content, but just the names. If you have names that are telling like what the content is about, you can put that list in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can group it together for you. And you can look at that information and say, oh, I got enough for a course. I have enough for a training. I have enough for diversify. This is another way for you to get more digital products out there, more low-cost products out there, right? All right, financial resilience plan. We definitely need that. Some of that is, and especially before you get into hiring teams and stuff, you cannot live without, look at that thumbs up Teray had. It was in a bubble. I don't know what that was about. But especially when you get a team, you cannot start living without an emergency fund for your business. I don't care how jacked up your personal finances are. You could be like me and be a stripper. You get the money, you spend the money, you get the money, you spend the money. But when you start getting teams, it is hugely important to your business processes and your business survival that you have an emergency fund that is at least 3 to 6 months that includes the payroll for your team. So you definitely need a financial resilience plan, okay? Cash reserves is a part of that. Reducing discretionary expenses. On my expense report, I have the expenses, I have them in 2 different categories. Expenses that I know I need to run my business at a bare minimum, and expenses I can get rid of should I need to reduce my expenses. You should know which ones you can reduce, okay? Or get rid of. You want to explore financial options, right? I told y'all a long time ago, I use 2 different payment processors intentionally. I use PayPal sometimes, I use Stripe sometimes, okay? Why? And I make sure I kind of get an even amount over there. Why? Because they both have capital loan programs. I can tap into either one of those capital loan programs as needed, because I make sure enough money is running through both of those payment processors that if I need a capital loan, I can go in there and get it. Okay. So I know some people be like Stripe. Oh, I only do Stripe, or I only do PayPal. I don't do PayPal. Shit. PayPal got a nice capital loan program. I do PayPal, right? It just depends on what is it for. All right. Supply chain risk management. Okay. Now, product businesses, y'all know this more so than service-based businesses, but even service-based businesses, you have some products that you need, and you need to think about the supply of those products, okay? Some of us have promotional products, right? I just ordered some for some winners of a certain challenge in a certain workshop. So where do I get my promotional products from, right? I need to keep up with the pricing of that, because the pricing needs to be reflected in the price I charge, right? So what is your supply chain looking like? That's not just for product-based businesses. Customer retention strategy. Things can happen. When the recession happens, what is your game plan to retain customers who may or may not be able to afford you? How can you give them more value so you're not the one being on the chopping block, right? Do you go back to the diversification? Do you have another offer you can kind of move them into if they can afford the current offer? We have to think about all of this, right? Scenario planning it's a bit of all of it, right? But basically what it is brainstorm like the worst thing that can happen to your business from your perspective. We all have different perspectives. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, right? I love when Dr. LaFera is telling y'all how her health, she has to overcome her health all the time, right? But what if something were to happen to your health? Y'all know we at that age, right? And we don't wish it again. We're not wishing anything. We rebuke it all, right? But again, you cannot forget that a lot of you are your business. What happens? I'm gonna tell you, when I got COVID, like I had never experienced an exhaustion like that in my life. I didn't even think it was possible to be that tired. Okay. but I was my business. I only had COO clients. I wasn't even coaching them, right? So I got to show up to get paid. So I had to show up every day, right? But as soon as I got through those meetings and did the bare minimum, I was back in bed. I was back in bed, right? I had to even think about, because I had somebody that was here in Mexico with me, right? So I had to even think about, and she had COVID too. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, baby, I know you're on vacation, but I might need you to help me split some of these duties. You know what I'm saying? You ain't vacationing no way because you can't even smell and you can't taste this good food. So you might well help me do these little tasks so we can get back in the bed. Right? So I want you to think of scenarios and see what you can do to prevent those scenarios, or what is the plan for dealing with those scenarios. All right. If you have a team, you have to think about things like when team members quit, okay, or when you can't afford team members anymore. How do you disperse those assignments? Okay. Insurance. Some of us are playing at business and don't have no insurance. There are different types of insurances that you should have in business, okay? You should have, like, even if you have a team, did y'all know that in certain insurances will pay your team for a while? Yeah, certain insurances will pay your team for a while for you, okay? Certain insurances will pay your clients back. If you can't deliver for whatever reason, they'll pay your clients back for you. Because y'all know y'all around here spending the money as soon as it hit your thing, you ain't holding it, right? So it's hard for you to give a refund. So certain insurances will do that. Certain insurances will pay for you because you need a break, but you need your revenue stream, right? And so they'll pay you while you take a break. So look into the different kinds of business insurances so that you can cover and protect yourself, okay? Then you have the strategic partners that can help you, right? Some of y'all are looking at the competition as competition, and sometimes you need to be collaborating. So who does what you do that if something happened, you can push clients over to them so they don't experience an interruption in service. They will thank you for that, right? Most of them barely found you. They don't know where to look for another you. Okay? And trust me, it would be appreciated. All right. So those are some of the ways that you can like have a contingency plan. All right. So I'm going to ask you, ladies, even though we have another topic, I'm going to ask you, ladies, what in this contingency plan for the changing climates that you cannot control perked up your ears and was like, oh, I need to implement that especially. I know some of it might be like, oh, I need to implement all of that, but what especially perked up your ears and was like, oh, I definitely need that one. And I'm going to start with Kimberly Miles. If you cannot come off the mic, go ahead and put that in the comments for me, please. And while we wait on you to put it in the comments, we're going to go to Tracy. Tracy, what from these contingency plans and risk from climates you can't control perked your ear up and you was like, oh, I definitely need that one?
The biggest thing for me is I put everything on my
I know. I
so
know.
I definitely need to start putting stuff in the cloud and backing up my computer. But I
Mhm.
never thought about insurance. And so seeing that there are so many different types of insurance that you can have for your business, I know it's needed,
Mm.
even for a one person show, because I do sell products. So
Yes,
I've definitely got to look at insurance.
most definitely. And I'm gonna tell you with the products, right? Y'all know I love to bring up Dr. Joffrey when we talk about products. So we recently had to up our liability insurance to $2 million as we got on Walmart Marketplace. Right. So sometimes your aspirations of getting in different marketplaces, you're gonna have to make room in the budget for insurances and stuff. So yes, yes. Thank you, Tracy. Stacy, what really caught your attention when I said you need to do this stuff? I know all of it, but what one thing really caught your attention?
The biggest thing is that having someone to take over my business functions, because it doesn't matter whether I back things up if I don't have anybody to take it over. And the last thing, I wasn't even thinking about this, the whole insurance thing. So, I have a Shopify store and I was
Mhm.
thinking about, doing Amazon and Walmart. I didn't even know you had to do the insurance. So, but yeah, the biggest thing is I really don't, my husband is my business partner, but he can't do the stuff that I do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Good going. Okay, Stacy. So Kimberly said I need insurance and a plan in place for illness. In addition, cloud-based storage is needed as well. Yeah, I'm gonna put my affiliate link for P Cloud in the group because I love me some P Cloud. Let me tell you about P Cloud, and some of y'all may not have even heard of it. But basically it's a cloud storage, but it's based out of Switzerland, and they have the tightest security data. So P Cloud is where y'all have your vault. If you've ever done a workshop with me, or you've ever done a challenge with me or anything, and there is a vault or a download space, a cloud space involved, it's in P Cloud, right? But P Cloud is also where I put my clients, I'm gonna say important information, right? I got Dr. Joffrey's whole life. You know what I'm saying? I got credit cards. I got his, all his stuff. I do not keep that on Google Drive. You know what I'm saying? I don't even keep it in OneDrive. I definitely don't keep it on my computer. I put that stuff in P Cloud because I feel like that's where it's the safest, right? And when he sends it to me, I have him send it to me through WhatsApp. Because as y'all know, all them other places you're sending it, they're not encrypted end to end. People can break into them and get it, right? So security is definitely an issue that y'all need to look into, right? Okay, that was good. Thank you for that. Dewana, we loving this picture, baby. You came on here with this little picture, caught me off guard. I was like, wait a minute, Libra. But okay, let me get back focused. Okay, so Dewana, I know you may need to do all of it, but what one thing struck you like, oh shit, I know I need to do that one?
I didn't even consider backing up my computer, so that was it for me. And the insurance was big too, but yeah, I never thought about that. So that'll be top priority, and I'm gonna get on that.
Cool beans. Stacy said encrypted. Oh wow, I didn't know. Yeah, WhatsApp is encrypted in the end, or it's supposed to be. Now let me tell y'all this, because Facebook, Zucker is a fucker, is what I'm gonna say. Zucker is a fucker. Because this is what I have known. This is what I have noticed about WhatsApp. Okay. WhatsApp, even though I don't have it connected to my Facebook, right? You know how they tell you, you can connect your WhatsApp to bring in all your Facebook friends or whatever. I purposely don't have that connected. Now, I have 3 different WhatsApps, y'all. I have a business WhatsApp for my business. I have a personal WhatsApp for my personal connections. And I have a WhatsApp that's for Tinder. And let me tell you how them Tinder folks have been showing up in my people you may know. And one of them sent me a friend request, and I'm a little upset by this, y'all, because I did not connect that up. So I think Zucker the fucker is going into that encryption and pulling it over to Facebook. I'm just saying. But I digress. That's my life. Y'all don't have to worry about it. I'm just saying everybody don't live like me, and that's fine. All right, Dr. Tachi. I know you might have to do all things, but what one thing made you say, dang, I know I need to do that one?
Looking at the insurance.
Yeah. I understand. Oh, good Lord. Okay, Dr. LaFera. I know you may need to do all of them, but what one thing really made you say, damn it, let me take care of that one as soon as possible? Okay, I found this affiliate link.
Yes, priorities. Because of this talk is to put into place right now, I guess certain partnerships so that people, like, if something does happen to my health, I still have a way to generate income, because like I'm a contractor and the only way I do make money is if I can work. So
yep. And that's a lot of us, right? Some of this independence and freedom come with, we're responsible for a lot of stuff, right? You don't have the workers' comp no more, not unless you're paying for it, right? So good one, Dr. LaFera. Heather, which one like I know all of them, but which one really stood out as, let me go ahead and take care of that.
So I already have, I have life insurance, which would cover like house and bills and whatever, but I also have a wage replacement, but it's only like $1,000 a month, right? Through that. And it strikes me that how did I not think about insurance for my business? Because when I had a business partner with the news website, we have $1 million policy to cover against libel and slander. So why would I not also have a policy to help cover anything? Like, I just, like, the obviousness of it makes me like, duh.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say as an entrepreneur, there's obvious everywhere we turn that we didn't think about because we just trying to survive around here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so that's why we have to be in the know. That's why we have to be in communities like this one where we have these types of conversations, right? So
Yeah.
I would say don't worry about the obviousness of it. Worried about that. Once you know, do better. How about that one?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also the continuity plan, because you think about it in terms of like, who's the beneficiary of your life insurance? Who's
Mhm.
this, right? Like you think about it that way, but you don't think about it in terms of if I walk outside and get hit by a bus, like what the hell happens to everything else? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you
Exactly.
for that.
Not a problem. Not a problem. To Ray, baby. Look, that Tinder sparked your ears up, didn't it? No. Okay, so what about the continuity plan sparked your ears, though? So what is one that you know you're like, oh, yeah, dang it. Yeah, let me take care of that.
Child, you're not tender. So I didn't realize I had cloud storage backup until I bought a new computer on Sunday. And they hit a button and it all switched over. And I was like, whew. They were like, oh, it's in the cloud. Don't even worry about it. I was like, nice. Insurance, I've always had insurance on my businesses. I had a dance studio, so I had to have insurance because if a kid falls and breaks their ankle. And then I had insurance on my face care business because if somebody breaks out. Thankfully, I'm at the beginning of this business. I didn't realize I really needed insurance for it because there's not really customer risk, but there's business risk. So it makes sense.
Yes.
I do need to assign someone to step in, but for me, it's a little deeper than that because with business credit cards and business whatever, I need to put somebody's name, like a contingency type situation, like what Heather said. My husband, my son, somebody needs to step in and say, okay, she's not available or she passed away. This is her business account. I need to take care of it because if you don't do that, then nobody can take care of it.
Exactly.
So
because a part of it is not just stop everybody's automatic payments. It's also, hey, I need you to unsubscribe from all this stuff or it's going to keep taking money that's supposed to be for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, Facebook asks you if you want to assign a contingency person.
So, and I have one on my business account and my personal account, right?
Right.
Because, on my personal account, it's because some of my friends, y'all know I'm from Alabama, so some of my friends and family don't know how to act, and you're not gonna not know how to act on my Facebook, okay? And so, shut it down. There's not gonna be a memorial Facebook for me. That's my wish. You know what I'm saying? Because what I also understand about the mourning process is, people can be having a all right day, finally getting to a point where and then somebody say something and it takes them back into full-fledged mourning, and I don't want that for my kids. And so shut it down. I don't care about nobody else when it comes to that. So shut it down. Anybody else needing to memorialize, they can do it on their own page where my kids wouldn't see it. So yeah. Let's see. So let's go. I see y'all are talking about wage replacement. Yes, please, Lord. All right. So that was great. So these conversations are meant to make you think differently. I didn't know how I was going to top last week, and y'all see, I just keep doing it. That's purpose right there. But the fourth thing that y'all didn't need a lot of discussion about is burnout, right? Burnout is a risk when you are a small business owner, especially when you are an entrepreneur with no team. Burnout is a risk. You are the business. If you go down, no money can come in and you might owe money. Okay. Or you might be spending money frivolously because you're not using stuff. So the average entrepreneur isn't paying enough attention to whether or not they are headed towards burnout. Okay. And too many of us are trying to hustle through it when we are burnt out. So this is important. Okay. Most small business owners are the business, like I said. So if you don't perform the actions, the business doesn't get paid or the business has to give refunds. So we have to look at burnout. I talk about capacity all the time, y'all. And that capacity is important. You have to know how many clients can you take at a time? How many projects can you work on at one time? right? It's not just about marketing to get in new business when you don't know how you're going to excellently take care of the people you already have. It is okay for you to know that for these big projects, I can really only work on 5 at a time, right? And then when you get a new project, it is okay for you to tell them, I can definitely take care of this for you. I can get started on your project on February 1st. But I would need your deposit now to hold that slot to start February 1st. Okay? So remember that. It is okay for you not to start right now. You just need to tell people. Now, don't be taking people's money and then don't start to February 1st and today is January 4th and you ain't said shit. Don't do that. Okay? That's what give us small business owners and entrepreneurs a bad name. So stop doing that. Be uber communicative and let them know before they pay their money. Hey, you're putting a deposit down for me to estimated start date of February the 1st. But we will keep you in abreast of what the progress is. And guess what you need to be doing? Communicating in between now and then. A week from now, your date is still February 1st. 2 weeks from now, your date is still February 1st. 3 weeks from now, hey, we're looking good to start February 1st. These are the things we need from you. Go ahead and start giving us these things. You see what I'm saying? Then you see me, okay, February 1st, we will see you at this time, whatever. This is how we look professional. This is how we serve excellently. But you have to know your capacity. Not only that, I need y'all to protect your health. Okay? That's what Dr. LaFera can come in and help you. Okay? She has extreme health issues that she has to do. So guess what? She can definitely help those that don't have extreme health issues, right? This is how my time management membership was born. I am like an octopus. I get a lot done in a small amount of time. So y'all who don't have retainer clients and coaching clients and got them all, if you ain't got to do all of that, I definitely can help you, right? So your health is important. You need to be looking at the health of your body and the health of your mind, okay? The health of your body and the health of your mind. Recently, I've been paying more attention because I have alarms that remind me to get up from this chair, but I ignore them and keep working. Now I'm like, no, you need to get on up. Well, know why? Because your girl is old, 52, and my ass hurt when I sit here all day. So I have to get up. Okay, get up. I've gotten back into my compression socks. Look, if I was still young, I'd put that leg up and let you see the compression socks. But minus a honey, I can't get my leg up like that. But okay, I need y'all to look out for your body, look out for your mind. Okay, during the day, how do you give your mind a break? Some of y'all got meeting after meeting, back to back to back to back. When did you give your mind a break during the day? Because I have found that if you find a way to give yourself some rest during the day, during the week, then when you get to the weekend, you're not so exhausted. When you get to the vacation week, you don't need to spend the first part just sleeping. Okay? So it's on us to protect ourselves from burnout. Because what's going to happen is you might not be incapacitated like a coma or death or anything like that. But guess what? Your brain will shut down. You'll be sitting right there at that computer and can't do nothing for a couple of days. And it still would feel like you've taken yourself out of the game. So we have to protect from burnout. Okay. So we got 5 minutes left. Anybody want to talk about anything from this week, this mitigating risk for small businesses in 2024? I hope you guys will take this stuff in for 2024 because it's important. I know a lot of people aren't talking about it. That's why we're talking about it. That's what makes this community of value, okay? And don't think that just because I'm the expert that it's not helpful for me too, because it's reminders. When I have to tell y'all, and y'all know this, when you teach somebody else, it reminds you of standards that you may be laxing on. You know them, but you might be lax on them. So it helps me too. Heather, what did you want to add?
So one of the things that I just really wanted to say is one thing that I've learned from you and that I'm not like as good at it as you are as incorporating it or making it like the way my life runs. Mm-hmm. But I have started really, I guess, evangelizing, for lack of a better term, that you design your business around your life and not mm-hmm. the other way around. Right. So what that means for me is that I know that my creativity time is like now to about 3 o'clock, right? And so after that, like, don't ask me to do anything like spectacular. It's not going to happen.
Mhm.
But I can still do work after that. It's just not going to be creative work. I know I need sleep. Sleep is not like, I'm not that person that's going to be posting on Facebook, oh, it's 2 a.m. What are y'all doing? I'm asleep because it's the middle of the damn night. And, like, I'm going to sleep. I am resting. I have started taking more of that and really incorporating it and talking to other people about it so that they can at least, you can lead a horse to water and not make them drink, but at least they've heard it. And I have examples to talk to them about, not just with myself, but you and other people, geniuses that are here every day. And telling them about it and how it makes a difference, that you actually generate more money, and busy doesn't equal productive, right? So I have really incorporated that. So when you're talking about burnout and rest, that's what came to mind for me.
Cool. Yeah, because I mean, and I used to be guilty of it, but as I have aged, and y'all know I'm on this journey to grow old gracefully, right? Like, I want my gray hair. I'm paying attention to what's different about my mind and my body, and I'm supporting myself as relevant to those changes. And one of the things that is true of me is, if I ever had the illusion that I could multitask, I definitely don't have that now. Right. I know I can only pay attention to one thing at a time now. Like, I don't even want anything else to come in my ecosphere while I'm trying to focus on the one thing. And so guess what that does? That means that I have to evaluate my capacity based on that. Now I cannot think that I'm going to get 75 things done in a day. Right. That's not my actual capacity. Right. And not only that, I have found that when I try to work overnight, or I try to, go push myself through the burnout or whatever, I'm not doing that. I might as well have went and laid down and started the refreshing process. Right. Because your brain ain't working. Whatever you cranking out during that time is not going to be good. Have y'all ever noticed you forced yourself to stay up and get something done, and then you can't get the whole thing done? You say, well, okay, I'm at least get this part done. And then you come back to that the next day and you like, I might as well have done none of this. I can't use any of this. Right. So the moment that you realize that, you just go ahead and go to bed. Go ahead and get in the bed and watch TV, whatever. Go ahead and start the process of rejuvenating yourself so that you're in a better position to get it done the next day. And the funny shit is, you get it done in no time the next day. So all that, the extra 4 hours you spend in front of the computer trying to make yourself, you probably got all that stuff done in